NASCAR is in a struggle right now as everyone but champion Joey Logano seems to want to see a change in the NASCAR playoff process. But is it fair to want changes? And how to solve it is still up for debate. So, what will NASCAR do? Logano won his third Cup Series championship earlier this month, reigniting debate about whether the current playoff structure is the best approach to choose a deserving champion. Logano won 4 races this season, but had just 13 top 10 finishes in 37 races, indicating that he did not have one of the strongest cars throughout the season. Logano, it seems, did only enough to get by. He received his fair share of breaks as well, qualifying for the postseason with what amounted to a Hail Mary triumph in Nashville, pushing his empty fuel tank into 5 overtimes. He was actually eliminated from playoff contention in the second round, but was reinstated after a competitor's car was found to be illegal. Logano's victory has sparked calls for reforms to the system, with recommendations ranging from modest adjustments to substantial overhauls. "I think the message we are trying to send is, make the regular season matter more," said Denny Hamlin, driver of the Num 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing and a co-owner of the 23 Nuxwan Racing team. He suggested increasing the bonus points a driver gets during the regular season. The Christopher Bells, Kyle Larsons, they deserve to have a really good buffer there to make it through the playoff rounds, he added. "We're in a sport where you can get caught up in so many wrecks and different things that can happen. There are 26 regular season races, and they are proving to be not that substantial to winning a championship, and that's not something you want." Hamlin said that during the last 3 years, the Team Penske winners, Logano twice and Ryan Blaney once, didn't have to do much during the regular season. "And that's probably not good," Hamlin continued. NASCAR likes the current playoff structure because it emphasizes each race as the season winds down to its never-ending pursuit for Game 7 moments. The governing body of stock car racing is still willing to change the format if it benefits the sport. "I love that aspect of it," Bell said of the emphasis on playoff races, "but maybe adjusting the point systems to make sure we get the right cars into the championship event would be awesome." Blaney stated that it is on to drivers to adapt to the current rules. However, in his ideal world, he would want to see the top 16 drivers by points in the regular season qualify for the playoffs. He believes race winners should receive 10 or 15 points rather than 5, and the regular season champion should receive an additional 30 points. Blaney's final plan includes fewer elimination races. He proposed reducing the 16-car field to 8 after 5 playoff events, with the remaining 8 drivers vying for the title in the next 5 races. "I would like to see a group of races to end the year where you are not going to have anyone run away with it, and you're going to have 3 to 5 races, and you're still going to have some really good competition going on," according to Blaney. Austin Cindric, Logano's teammate, believes Logano is not given enough credit for responding to the most important times. "Joey won 5 races and that has gotten lost in all this," remarked Cindric. "That's a lot of freaking wins, and he won them at the right time too. That's an example of a guy that when he smells blood in the water, he rarely misses." Logano has now fluked his way into the finals 3 times in 7 years, and his Num 22 squad has reached the Final Four every other year since the format's inception in 2014. "Everyone is going to have opinions on that," Logano said. "I think we all need to understand why we changed it in the first place. The fans said they didn't like the previous format, so we changed it. Everybody loved it, and it was great. Now we're going to complain about it again. Come on, guys. Jeez." Logano simply shakes his head and smiles sarcastically at all the tweak talk. He was certain that the system did not need to be modified following his clinching triumph in Phoenix, and he did not waver from that belief at Friday's annual awards event in Charlotte. When asked whether any adjustments needed to be made, Logano responded, "Nothing personally. I wouldn't change a thing," adding that he thinks the format is super entertaining. Of course, if you've won 3 championships since 2018, why would you want to change? "I think we all need to understand why we changed it in the first place. It's because the fans said they didn't like the way it was, so we changed it," Logano told the press. "And then everybody loved it, and it was great. And now, oh, we're going to complain about it again? Come on, guys. Jeez." Joey Logano has now seen and heard it all this season as he wins his 3rd NASCAR Cup Series championship. "Not a true champion," and "Mickey Mouse" are just a few of the comments hurled at Logano following his season-ending triumph in Phoenix. Logano won 4 races, 3 of which came during the 10-race postseason, But he concluded the season with the lowest average finish of any driver in a championship-winning season, 17.1. As a result, the legitimacy of Logano's title and the playoff system have been questioned. Logano, on the other hand, isn't saying anything at this moment. Logano confronted his detractors on the most recent Kenny conversation, ordering them to kiss my ass. The playoffs are here because everyone complained about it being a full season for one and it wasn't exciting enough, Logano said. Now we got a system which I think is like freaking awesome. I love it. As a race fan, it is intense, it is pressure-packed, it is do or die. People are willing to do the craziest things to try to win, and we're gonna complain about that now too? Come on, guys. I don't really know how to explain how frustrated I get when I hear some of the stuff. I'm on social media, I see it. Not a true champion, Mickey Mouse, all this stuff. Bottom line is, we won 3 of the last 10 races. Pretty solid. We had 5 wins on the season. I kind of count Richmond a little bit, even though we didn't win, but that was pretty dang close. The guy that wrecked me didn't win the race either, so I don't know. I look at that like that's almost a 6-win season. That's solid. To say we're not a true champion, you better get checked out. We showed up when it mattered the most, and that is the same as any other playoff system in any other sport. You can have a great regular season, and it will set you up better for the playoffs. It definitely does, there's no doubt. Win the regular season championship, you get 15 points. You win more races, you get 5 each one. You win a stage, you get 1 point. All of that matters a lot because there's a 3-race series. Those guys showed up. The 45, Tyler Reddick. The 5, Kyle Larson. The 11, Denny Hamlin. Those guys showed up with like 30 more points than me in every round. We had to overcome that. We started behind all of them. The facts are that they didn't have a good playoff. If they didn't have those playoff points, they're not getting to the round of 8. The 45 barely made it in at the Roval. If he didn't have the playoff points, he's not in. So, my point is, it helped them get all the way to the championship 4 when they did not have a solid 9 races before that at all. We beat all of them, pretty much. I'm not taking anything away from them, but my point is, the regular season matters so much. And we had to play behind the 8 ball the whole time. We still had the opportunity to win the championship, even though we didn't have a great regular season. But we got hot when it mattered. We won the races that mattered, and we won the championship because of that. And if you don't like that, you can kiss my AA. That's how I feel about it. Logano has simply mastered the elimination-style playoff structure, which was established in 2014. With his latest victory, he joined an elite group of drivers, becoming the 10th to win 3 or more Cup Series championships. What are your thoughts on the format? Does it need changes? And if so, what changes would you like to see to make it more entertaining and above all fair for the drivers? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.